This video is for your 4.4 homework help. For questions 1 through 3, solve the equation. So we're going to add 8 to both sides. On the left side, -8 and +8 are opposites, so they cancel, leaving you with p. And on the right side, 3 plus 8 is 11. On the left side, we want to isolate the variable w, so we'll subtract 8.7. Subtract 8.7 from the other side as well. Opposites cancel, leaving you with w. And 5.1 minus 8.7 is -3.6. And for number 3, we'll isolate the variable x. So the opposite of -2 is +2. The opposites cancel, leaving you with x, and -9 minus 2 is -7. For number 4, we'll take away 5, and then we'll take away 5 from the other side as well. Opposites cancel, and you're left with 8v, and 1 minus 5 is -4. So now we'll divide by 8 on both sides. On the left side, 8 divided by 8 is 1, and the right side simplifies to -1/2. For number 5, we'll take away 7/8 from both sides. Opposites cancel, leaving you with -1/4 n. -3/8 minus 7/8 is -10/8. Now we'll multiply by the inverse or multiply by the reciprocal here. That allows us to cancel the 4s, and the 1s cancel, and a negative times a negative is a positive, so you're left with n. Multiply the other side by -4/1 as well, and you're left with positive 40, because a negative times a negative is a positive, and 10 times 4 is 40. And 8 times 1 is 8. 40 divided by 8 is 5. And for number 6, we will combine like terms first. 2.1h minus 4.6h. When we combine those terms, we're going to get -2.5h minus 5.7. That's going to equal 1.8. Now we'll isolate our variable h. So we'll add 5.7 to both sides. Opposites cancel on the right. On the left side, we'll add the decimals. Bring your decimals straight down, and you get 7.5 equals -2.5h. And now we'll divide by -2.5. Dividing a number by itself gives you 1, so you're left with h. On the left side, we'll divide by -2.5. 2.5 goes into 7.5 3 times, and a positive divided by a negative is a negative. For number 7, which expression has a value less than -5? 5 plus 8 is 13. -9 plus 5, that's -4. 1 plus -8 is -7. And 7 plus -2, that's actually just 7 minus 2, which is 5. So C would be the only expression that has a value less than -7. In questions 12 through 16, you're being asked to write the word sentence as an inequality. A number, y, is no more than -8. So we know our variable is going to be y. And our constant is -8. And it says y is no more than. So if it's not more than, that means it has to be less than. And it can't be equal to it either. it has to be no more than -8. So it can't be -8. Number 14, a number t multiplied by -4 is at least -2/5. A number t multiplied by -4, so -4t, is at least, so it's got to be greater than, but it says at least, so that means it could be equal to -2/5. And number 16, -5/9 is no less than 5 times a number k. So we have -5/9 is no less than. So if it's not less than, it has to be greater than. And in this case, it could be equal to 5 times a number k. There's our number k. There's 5 times the number k. Now, you could also have that flip-flopped, and you could have any of these flip-flopped. For example, you could have 5k, and you could have the -5/9. But if you flip-flop the terms, you also have to flip-flop the signs. In these next problems, tell whether the given value is a solution of the inequality. So we're going to be using substitution. So we're going to substitute 4 in for n. So instead of n, we'll write 4 plus 8 is less than or equal to 13. Is 12 less than or equal to 13? We would say yes, it's less than. For number 20, we're going to substitute 0.1 in for p. 0.1 plus 1.4 is less than or equal to 0.5. 0.1 plus 1.4 is 1.5. 1.5 is larger than 1, and 0.5 is less than 1, so that would be no. And for 22, we're going to substitute -9 in for s. So we're going to have 6 is greater than or equal to -2/3 times -9, which is -9/1. So now you can cross simplify. 3 goes into 9 3 times, and 3 goes into 3 once. -2 times -3 is +6, and 1 times 1 is 1. So is 6 greater than or equal to 6? It's equal to, so yes. In questions 24 through 27, graph the inequality on a number line. So we're going to draw our number line. We're going to plot our point, -9. R is less than, so our arrow is going to point to the left, or equal to, so we will fill our circle in. For number 26, we'll plot our point, -3 1/2. So x is greater than -3 1/2, so the arrow is pointing to the right, and it says greater than or equal to, so we will fill our circle in. For questions 29 and 31, tell whether the given value is a solution of the inequality. So we'll be substituting 3 in for k. So 4 times 3 is less than 3 plus 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 plus 8 is 11. Is 12 less than 11 for 29? No. For 31, we'll be substituting in negative 1 for y. 7 minus 2 times negative 1 is greater than 3 times negative 1 plus 13. On the left side, negative 2 times negative 1 is 2, and 7 plus 2 is 9. On the right side, 3 times negative 1 is negative 3, and negative 3 plus 13 is 10. So is 9 greater than 10? No.